the fascinating and ever-changing world of agriculture. Let's hit the road here in Georgia and meet the farmers, producers, makers, and bakers who keep us all fed and keep us coming back for more. Straight ahead at the fork in the road.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand.
Georgia farmers, artisans, merchants, and producers, we depend on these men and women every day of our lives through the choices we make and the food we consume. Their strategy and approach is always shifting, but the end game remains the same: result. They are your typical barnyard animals, the pigs and the cows, the source of our burgers, ribs, barbecue sandwiches, and high-end butcher cuts. This week we meet the farmers and ranchers whose job is to keep these animals happy and healthy all year round, and the merchants, cooks, and chefs who creatively plate it up. We begin this week down south in Whigham, Georgia, at a grass-fed cattle ranch that's doing things a little different and getting tasty results. It all started years ago as a dairy, lush grass providing healthy nutrition for the cows, in turn producing a quality product. But as the dairy industry changed and the business passed from one generation to the next, creative minds prevailed, and a 100% grass-fed cattle ranch was the result.
I'm Bill West. I'm one of the operators and partners of Gray Ranch, and our business is to raise high-quality grass-fed beef. My father, Glenn West, he operated a dairy farm, had registered brown Swiss cattle. So we operated the dairy from 1976 till 2012.
My father, who was partnered with my uncle and I, he decided to retire. The dairy industry was at a point of change, and we were going to have to increase size to a point that we just weren't really comfortable with. We were already rotationally grazing the dairy herd, and with a couple of tweaks, we were able to get totally 100% grass-fed certified on our beef. We knew that we wanted to sell a high-quality product, and then we settled on Angus because of the carcass traits that Angus represent and the high-quality beef that Angus produce.
It's kind of how we got started. In other words, we were already in rotational grazing dairy, so doing rotational grazing beef cattle was fairly simple compared to that. Well, that took off in a fashion that what we did was just kept increasing the beef herd, slowly quit doing row cropping like peanuts, soybeans, corn, that sort of thing, and just turned everything more into pasture. So as of year before last, we became basically a beef operation. And so we're still, equipment-wise, you'll see around us, we're in the middle of still evolving from the dairy operation to things that work a little better for the beef cattle.
Many ranches offer grass-fed and grain-finished, but here it's grass-fed and grass-finished, a combination that requires both hard work and a high agricultural IQ. And these guys have found a solution.
The grass is getting greener, the birds are chirping and singing in the trees.
In the cooler months, we use a mixture of rye, ryegrass, oats, and then in the warm season, we revert more to the native grasses, the coastal Bermudas and Bahias. And then also we grow another crop called perennial peanut, which is a legume. It makes its own nitrogen, and also it has a better carbohydrate to protein ratio, which helps to add weight to the animals.
People in general through the years have thought grass-fed, it's going to be lean, we don't have as much taste, but that's what you've been battling and that's what you've proven isn't always the case.
Yep, my uncle, Bill West, he's always said we don't want people to buy it just because it's healthy, we want them to buy it because they like it. And so that has been his mission, figuring out which combination of grasses produces the best tasting beef. And like the old adage, you are what you eat, same for people and cattle. And so you can actually change the flavor profile of the beef by what grasses they eat.
We're standing in the perennial peanuts mixed with Red River crabgrass. And it's a good finishing product. I found out that the meat really tastes good finished on this. And this is mostly during the warm months, season months, about 6 months a year, what we're finishing our steers with. You just got to make sure you have high quality forages in front of them year round.
And explain why you want that fat.
And you want that fat for taste. People will buy grass-fed because of the health benefits, antioxidants, omega-3s, the things that would come with that. They will buy grass-fed for health reasons once, or maybe twice, but if they don't like it, they don't come back. What we found out, if he's on a really high protein forage, those kind of things, they taste real good coming off of. It's always been pretty easy to produce a nice tasting cool season grasses here. The challenge was hot in the summertime, and that's where your perennial peanuts came in. There's a lot of other little things that go into taste, like not having agitated animals, animals that are very calm, animals that will stay calm going to the processor. You can't have an agitated animal and taste good. We had learned that we thought a younger animal was better. Turns out not necessarily. He's growing, putting on bone size, getting height. Once he's grown, just like us when we hit, 35 years old, all of a sudden, you never worried about getting overweight, but all of a sudden you are.
And it looks like the family operation here at Grady Ranch is set for the next generation.
My son, Ben, is coming into the operation. Recently graduated from University of Georgia with a degree in agricultural science and environmental systems. We're hoping for him to bring new modern technology to the farm because agriculture is constantly evolving. Like any other industry, you got to keep up or be left behind.
Coming back home was pretty much always my plan. Having your father and your great uncle as your teachers are kind of fun as well, but at the same time it can be a little strenuous because, you know, that's your father that you're trying to impress or your uncle that you're trying to impress.
You got to earn your stripes with them, right?
Yeah, you've got to show your worth. I guess, to be honest, if it was still dairy, I probably wouldn't have come back. That's a job that really is for a certain breed of people. It's a lifelong, 24 hours a day, 24/7. You don't get a break from dairy. From being able to look and see what they're doing and kind of come home on summers and be able to work with them kind of let me know that this is something that I'd be very interested in. You know, being able to work outdoors every day, not be in an office setting, stay active. It is really something that I found that I enjoyed and I was able to pour myself into. You know, it's an animal that you're taking care of and you can actually see the care that you pour in come back and show you how well that you've done or not. So it's a very rewarding process to be able to be a part of. So the perfect Angus grass-fed is something we're looking for is somebody that isn't skin and bone, but isn't just a butterball, isn't fat, isn't overweight. You're looking for a cow that has adequate feed. You're supplying everything that you have to that cow right there where it's at, so it doesn't have to work at all to have its food. It can still go around and graze as much as it likes. The more the cow moves around, the less it's going to be able to marble and have a good, nice carcass trait. Usually for our steers, you're looking for about 1,000 to 1,200 pounds a head to be able to go to market or to the butcher to be able to be processed for our retail.
A couple of years we tried selling commercially and then we realized the real opportunity or premium was going with our own brand to the end consumer. That has turned out to be my most favorite part of the transition, getting to actually meet the person face to face that's going to consume my product and get personal feedback. Right now we're very regional, of course sell right here at the farm, and then we also do farmers market in Tallahassee, Florida. Farmers markets is probably my favorite duty that I have.
Hey, Jamie.
Ran the dairy here for 22 years before we got into this part, and pretty much everybody you talked to had 4 legs, and so at the farmers market they talk back. Cattle were designed to eat grass, and they live a happy, wholesome life while they're here. They don't have to do a thing they don't want to.
Happy cows equal healthy cows. And healthy cows translate to a tastier final product. Something that's being proven a few miles down the road in downtown Bainbridge, which sets up our next Grady grass-fed adventure. Welcome to the American.
Really what we focus on is just really high quality fresh ingredients, a lot of local ingredients, the best we can get. And we just come in every morning and we pull them out and we make great food from scratch that just tastes great. We don't try to make it too complicated, but we do sometimes put a unique twist on classic dishes.
Tell me what we're cooking here.
We made a slow braised brisket with a Grady Ranch beef.
Yeah.
It's kind of cut right down the middle, and you can just see this is real tender. It actually kind of just falls apart. You can just kind of pull it right apart. We took all the renderings from the pan after it braised for about 5.5 hours, cooked it down in some tomato sauce to make a spicy beef ragu, and we're going to finish it off with some fresh Parmesan. Simple, really tasty, really tender, very delicious.
Tell me what you like about the Grady Ranch meat.
It's healthy, but it's actually really flavorful. It's got a unique taste to it. It's not corn-fed or grain-fed, but it kind of has a nutty, corny kind of flavor, which is interesting. It does really well for us. We love the brisket, we love the short ribs, we love the ground beef. They also do some nice primal cuts. But I'm excited about this because it's going on a pasta, and everybody loves pasta around here.
Chef Tyler Thomas and his wife Heather have a mission in mind. Take this town and turn it around for the better. With the opening of the American in 2017 and their more recent purchase and gorgeous renovation of the historic Willis Park Hotel, once known as the 1899 Belcher Building, located right across the square, their original vision is quickly becoming a reality. Downtown is healthy and lively, and the unique grass-fed menu items from Grady Ranch and other local farmers have helped the American and Chef Tyler garner rave reviews.
We went with it, and it's been embraced by the community. You know, it's a melting pot, so we've got a pretty diverse crew. We serve anyone that walks through the door, and we love it.
So enjoy the decor and the meals even more. The combination of these hardworking ranchers and a talented young chef is resulting in high praise for Grass Raised. We now journey from Bainbridge a few miles east to Dixie, where the story shifts from one farm animal to another. Time to hit the day spa. Yes, these happy pigs are just relaxing for the day, taking a dip in these crystal brown springs, enjoying a hydrating, skin-nourishing mud bath, and drinking fresh agua from the Dixie Springs. Yes, that's how it would read on a brochure, and it's pretty close to how life is for these pigs of Thompson Farms.
We have about 500 acres out here, and we have around, give or take with some piglets, one or piglet or two, around 1,000 pigs out here. They are happy, healthy hogs. This is what my grandfather and my dad set into place. And, you know, the old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, the old way of doing things, the slow way of doing things works. It works for us. It might not work for everybody. We like to consider ourselves open to change because we always want to make sure that we're raising our animals the best way possible. And we always want to make sure that we have the best meat to provide to our customers. It's just those old Southern farming practices that make this place what it is.
It's fun to see, especially the little ones, even though Mom didn't like me getting too close, which is understood.
It's okay, Mama.
But keeping this operation going like this is a ton of work. You see, these pigs rotate locations every 2 to 3 weeks, keeping the earth fresh for grazing and allowing the rooted upland to heal over the next several months.
Oh yeah, they get to come to the spa over here and take a little mud bath.
When you come here, it doesn't smell like what you would expect a pig farm to smell like. Why is that?
Everybody is so shocked when they come here and they take the first deep breath out of getting out of their car and they're like, wait, this isn't what it's supposed to smell like out here. Yeah, it's just clean farm fresh air because how we raise our animals is we make sure they're on a rotational grazing system. And because we do that, it gives the land time to rest and the pigs aren't accumulating a lot of waste, so you don't have that pig farm smell. It's just nice, crisp country air.
Abby's brother Bailey is a third-generation pig farmer and stays plenty busy keeping these pigs happy and healthy.
On the farm, I am the outside farm manager. I make sure all the pigs get to the right weight. I feed them every day. I run the slaughter facility. So I do everything from breed the pigs, to have them as babies, it's just a constant circle of life.
They seem to have a good life out here. We were seeing the spa, we were seeing all
Oh yeah, low stress definitely makes a better meat, but I will say the summertime and the wintertime in South Georgia has its challenges when it comes to making an animal comfortable. A pig, when it can't sweat, you got to make sure it stays shady in the summertime. Constant water flow for them to, enjoy the water, wallow around in the mud. We make sure every pig has at least one water hole, if not two, but that's the main part of it. You have to have water for these pigs to drink. It's a constant battle, but it's what I love to do, and that's what my family loves to do, so we enjoy it.
After my journey through the 200-acre Piggy Day Spa, Abby took me on a tour through the USDA-certified processing facility and smokehouse, which is an impressive operation to say the least. Careful planning went into this architecture because many things are happening in here, and they need to stay separate, all in an effort to control the quality of the pork from start to finish.
We're really blessed here at Thompson Farms because we have great experienced butchers. Most of them have been with us since we opened, so they know what they're doing and they make a delicious pork product for you at home. This is our boxing room. Everything is vacuum sealed, boxed, weighed, and labeled in here, and then it is put in the cooler, ready to be shipped out. Our pork sold in Whole Foods markets in the Florida region, the South region, and Mid-Atlantic, so all of the East Coast. Obviously right here, they're packaging up some ribs for the Mid-Atlantic region, sold in the butcher counter there at Whole Foods. So just go ask your local butcher at Whole Foods for Thompson Farms, and they'll help you out. What's really great about our processing plant is that we're able to keep our fresh items completely separate from any heat-treated or fully cooked items that we may do. So if you look at the floor, all fresh items are kept in the blue-gray area, and then all heat-treated is processed in the red. Red for heat, right? This is what everybody knows and loves. This is our smoked bacon. This is in our chill cooler, or chill down cooler. These are our rotisserie cookers. This is where the magic happens for our pulled pork. We slow cook our hands and shoulders for 14 hours, and then our crew gets in here in like 3 long tables, and they hand pull the meat from the bone. So it stays super tender, and it tastes delicious. Pulled pork without sauce. And this is pulled pork with my granddad's special sweet sauce. A lot of families like this because 1, it's fully cooked, and 2, the kids like it. It has the ingredients on here, but we don't tell you how we do it. That's the key. We consider ourselves a whole hog business model out here. Since we do raise the pigs and we put all the time and effort into raising them, harvesting them, and processing them, we do it all ourselves. So we want to make sure that we're being smart and we're doing the best thing for the animals. We don't ever want to send a pig to the slaughterhouse without knowing where that's going to go. So what's so great about our partnership with Whole Foods is they utilize the whole hog. So they get the loins, the butts, the ribs, the shoulders. They get boneless hams, and you're gonna have a lot of trim off of the hog. They also get the hocks, so they're using the whole animal, which is so sustainable, and it's great for our business model.
Thompson Farm products can be found in Whole Foods Market and other stores and markets from Florida up to Jersey, and you can also order online. But if you're anywhere near Dixie, you can swing by the cute Thompson Farm store located right on the farm.
Really, they're getting something that's made with love. I mean, our hands have really worked hard to make sure that everything is done perfectly for our customers. I mean, when you raise the pig, when you harvest it, and when you process it, it's all up to you. You don't have a middleman to rely on, so you have to make sure your supply is there, that your butchering skills are there, your customer service skills are there. And we're a small family, We're a small team, so we wear a lot of different hats. We really have to think, how is this hog getting used to the best of our ability? So we just do what we were put on this earth to do.
From Dixie, we travel back north to the Virginia Highlands neighborhood in Atlanta, one of many Farmburgers boasting fresh local options. when it's super fresh and local, there's an obvious difference, and everyone in the food industry knows it. So in 2008, George Frangos and the folks behind Farmburger decided it was time to bring the burger world into this business of fresh and local, so they did.
We started Farmburger in 2010. So the inspiration was a restaurant in Athens, Georgia called Farm 255, and we had a menu item called a Farmburger that was very popular. And my partner Jason Mann, he would raise the cattle or source the cattle, and we would just do great grass-fed and grass-finished burgers and start a little neighborhood burger joint.
And you've grown.
And we've grown, exactly.
And so Farmburger spread its wings, expanding to 8 stores in Georgia and 5 more stores scattered throughout the Southeast. There's plenty of local to go around, and the Farmburger team's job is to get the best around town.
For us, it's important to know where your food comes from. You know, we're blessed in a great growing area here in the Georgia and the Southeast. And so for us, there's no need to kind of go outside our region if we don't have to.
Not only is it better when it's fresh, but it's an added amenity to know where it's from. When you're supporting a local farmer, it just ties you into that community a little bit more.
There's so many farmers within 50 miles, 15 miles, 150 miles. We love for them to show up at our back door. We love to create relationships with them. And it's better food, it tastes better, and if we can have a way to find that on the customer's plate, that's great. You should feel good about what you're eating.
Why grass-fed for you? Why is that important? And is there a health benefit to that?
So we do grass-fed beef for many reasons, and one of the reasons is animal welfare and farming practices. Cattle are meant to eat grass, and so we give them a long lifespan on farms and in the fields. It's a great way to support the regional farmers. And then there's a health benefit. Grass-fed beef is higher in omega-3s. It's better for you. It is as simple as you can get. So the meat, we have cattle that is raised here in Georgia. We have a partner farm up at Triple E Farm, one of our Georgia cattle producers at this moment. They've got a beautiful 300 plus acres that the cattle just graze and roam and spend their lives on. So this is our seasonal burger. It's our peach burger. So it's our Georgia grass-fed beef. And then we make what we call a fresh peach chutney with peaches from Pearson's farm throughout the summer. And then we add a little bit of goat cheese, soft goat cheese from Decimal Place Farms, just south of Atlanta. And finish it off with some arugula. And that is our Ode to Summer burger. So in addition to just burgers, we have great salads and sides. In the late summer, we'll do watermelon salads with feta cheese. We always have a superfood salad and our farm salad that also we source locally. And so outside of burgers, we're still able to bring in the local Georgia farming community. There's farmers growing and increasing their supply as well every year, either organically or locally sustainable. And so for us, as long as we can find the great neighborhoods, we're going to continue growing Farmburger.
So when it's all happy and healthy on the farm, the taste seems a whole lot better, and the appreciation is a little bit higher. And the farmers themselves get that gratification that their daily efforts are part of something greater and something special. I'm David Zelski. See you at the next Fork in the Road.